Hello there and welcome back to the channel. This is Gudny here, reporting live from the brand new Wake Up Reykjavik office. And today we're gonna be busting some myths that people actually believe about Iceland. But before I start busting, please take a second to subscribe to our channel and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps our channel grow and we really appreciate having you in the Wake Up Reykjavik community. So thank you for the support. Now let's dive into the 7 myths people actually believe about Iceland. All Icelanders believe in elves, trolls, and fairies. A common misconception about Icelanders is that we all believe in elves, trolls, and fairies. And although I think the world would be a bit of a better place if we all did, I am sad to say this is not the case. But don't get me wrong, sagas about these creatures have played a big part of our cultures and history throughout the years, and they still do. For example, we have a lot of elf stones here in Iceland, larger stones where the elves supposedly reside. And then we even have elf celebrations, and those are closely related to your New Year's Eve festivities. And speaking of New Year's Eve in Iceland, we have now started selling tickets to our exclusive 2024 Wake Up Reykjavik New Year's Eve party, where yours truly will be partying the night away. I really hope to see you guys there if you're coming to Iceland over the holidays, and I will link all the information about that party in the description of this video. And I would say back in the day, almost every Icelander did believe in trolls, elves, and fairies. I mean, my grandmother sure did. She actually had a specific part of her garden that I could not play in because the elves lived there. And a recent survey from 2022 found out that 31% of the population still believed in elf, trolls, and fairies, with the majority of them being 55 years old or older. So still a decent amount, but not everyone. Icelanders have an app that stops them from hooking up with their relatives. Now, this one is not true, but it has some truth elements to it. So yes, we have an app or a website that you can use to check if you're dating your cousin, but we don't use it in that way. What we have is this thing called Bók, or the Book of Icelanders. It's a database that holds information about every Icelander who has ever lived here, dating back to the first settler of Iceland, Ingólfur Arnarsson, who came here in 874. The author of the Book of Icelanders started collecting this data in the 12th century, and we've kept it up to date ever since. So nowadays, it's a database online that's completely free and accessible to every Icelander with some fun facts about your ancestry and family history. So let's say you're out at the bar and you meet someone. Technically speaking, you could grab your phone, type in their name to double check and see if you are related. Might be a good idea. It is a small place. But that's not what the Book of Icelanders is or why we started collecting this data. So yes, it's a myth. Iceland is always freezing cold and covered in snow. And let me set the record straight, Iceland is not always freezing. And in fact, summers can be pretty warm-ish. The average temperature here in winter is 0 degrees Celsius, and in the summertime is 10 degrees Celsius. And don't get me wrong, I understand these are not warm numbers. But I think a common misconception and a myth about Iceland is that it has a similar climate as Antarctica. And I personally think that the cold is not the problem here. What will trouble you most here is the wind and rainfall. So if you're coming to Iceland and explore and doing a day tour or traveling on your own, remember that layers are gonna be your friends and to have waterproof everything. Because you never know when the weather is gonna change, and trust me, it's gonna. Better safe than sorry. And as we say here, there's no bad weather, just bad clothing. But we have bad weather, so don't really know why we say it. Alright! Iceland is a part of Scandinavia. The next myth is that Iceland is a part of Scandinavia. Nope, we are not. And sure, we associate a lot with Scandinavian countries through our culture and history, but we're just here, out in the middle of the North Atlantic, doing our own thing. And Iceland is known as a part of the Nordic countries, but not Scandinavia, because Iceland is not located on the Scandinavian peninsula. And if we're speaking technically, Iceland is actually located in the middle of 2 tectonic plates, so we are located in 2 continents. You can most clearly see this if you do a Golden Circle tour and visit Almannagjá at our national park Þingvellir. And if you walk through the rift there, you will see both the Eurasian plates and the North America plates that are constantly getting pulled just a tiny bit further and further apart each year. So with that, factually speaking, the west and north of Iceland are located in North America, and the south and east of Iceland are located in Europe. But we identify with Europe. The Icelandic government will pay men to marry Icelandic women. A few years back, some overseas media outlets started advertising that the Icelandic government was paying men if they were willing to come here, move, and marry Icelandic women. And obviously, this is not true. There are all these news articles coming out from all over the world with this misinformation. And Icelandic women got flooded with random friend requests from these random guys from all over the world. But now that I think about it, I didn't get any. What was that about? What? I mean, Dan, you think I'm marriage material, right? I mean,
Yeah. You're funny.
yeah.
You will find someone
I'm funny.
someday, Gudny. It's
Thank-
gonna be alright.
Thank you, Dan. Anyways, the whole thing is just kind of creepy, if you ask me. You can see the northern lights and the midnight sun all year round. For this one, I don't really know what to say. For the northern lights, you need completely dark skies. And the midnight sun, you know, the phenomenon where the sun never goes down, is the opposite of dark skies. So, you can't experience both at the same time. Nature won't allow that. Come on, guys, if you believe this, what were you doing in school? But if you want a chance to experience the northern lights in Iceland, you'll have to come here during the northern lights season. That is from September until early April, when the days are darker, shorter, and colder. And if you want to see the midnight sun, you'll have to come here in June. You can also come here in late May or July, where the days are longer, but the official summer solstice is in June. All Icelandic food is rotten, sour, and fermented. Yes, we have stuff like the fermented shark. And yes, it's an acquired taste, to say the least. It's not bad. I'm gonna do another bite. Here, guys, it's fine. But Icelandic food isn't all sour, rotten, and fermented. We've got fresh fish, we have lamb, we have beautiful dairy products, and we have veggies that we grow within our own geothermally run greenhouses. So if you're visiting Iceland, don't worry, you don't have to eat like a Viking, and that is why I always recommend the Reykjavik food walk to you guys as the perfect activity to start off your Icelandic journey and to get a bite of our culture. On that tour, accompanied with a fun local guide, you'll get the chance to explore the city and taste some delicious Icelandic dishes. But if you're feeling adventurous, we also have some authentic dishes for you to try or to spit out. That's your call. So there you have it, 7 Icelandic myths totally busted. And if you want more fun Icelandic videos like this one, be sure to subscribe to our channel and give this video a thumbs up. Also check out our webpage wakeupreykjavik.com for the best tours you can find in Iceland. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!